What if I told you that alien technology is not just in the realm of science fiction, but potentially right under our noses? Some say governments around the world may have been collecting, studying, even reverse engineering extraterrestrial tech for decades. And what if we could trace this interaction all the way back to the Roswell incident in 1947, or perhaps even earlier? Let's delve into this fascinating world of UFOs, government secrets, and the tech that could be out of this world. Now, the question that stands out like a sore thumb is, when did the government actually start collecting these unidentified flying objects? The timing seems to be a subject of considerable debate, with some pointing as far back as the early 20th century. However, the watershed moment that brought UFOs into the public eye was undoubtedly the infamous Roswell incident of 1947. After the alleged crash of a UFO near Roswell, New Mexico, many UFO researchers and enthusiasts believe that the US government initiated a concerted effort to recover and study extraterrestrial technology. This is where things get murky. Official records deny the presence of any extraterrestrial artifact, explaining the incident as the crash of a high-altitude surveillance balloon. However, theorists and witnesses insist that there was a cover-up. The years that followed the Roswell incident saw an increase in reported UFO sightings, not just in the US but around the globe. Many believe this marked the beginning of covert government programs designed to acquire, study, and potentially reverse engineer extraterrestrial technology. Through the Cold War and the space race right into the 21st century, the narrative of governmental involvement with UFOs and potential alien technology has persisted. Enter Philip J. Corso, a name synonymous with the most famous alleged UFO incident in history. The Roswell incident of 1947, Corso, a former US Army colonel, shook the world with his claims in the book The Day After Roswell. According to Corso, he was entrusted with foreign technology recovered from the Roswell crash. He alleged that the US government had reverse engineered this technology and then seeded it into the private sector, with Corso playing a pivotal role in the process. But what exactly was this foreign technology? Corso described artifacts such as a thin, clear material like plastic, reminiscent of the integrated circuits used in our modern computers. He also wrote of fiber optics, lasers, super tenacity fibers that led to the development of Kevlar and other advanced technology that was apparently far beyond human capability at the time. He even claimed that the Roswell craft itself was a kind of lifeboat for the alien crew and was designed to interface with them directly. Now, that's a thought to send chills down your spine, isn't it? A spaceship not just controlled by the creatures, but an actual part of them. However, skeptics have challenged Corso's claims, pointing to discrepancies in his accounts and citing the rapid pace of human technological advancement as a more plausible explanation for these innovations. But Corso's tale is just one piece of the puzzle. Let's dive deeper, shall we? Now, you might be thinking, if this is all true, why doesn't the government just come out and say it? Well, believe it or not, they kind of have. Over the past few years, government agencies, particularly in the United States, have been more forthcoming about the UFO phenomenon. In 2020, the US Department of Defense officially released 3 short videos showing unidentified aerial phenomena. These were captured by Navy pilots during training flights between 2004 and 2015. Each of the videos showcases fast-moving, oblong objects racing through the sky and performing maneuvers that seem to defy our understanding of physics. The government's acknowledgement of these videos as real, unidentified objects is a big deal. It's the closest we've come to an official admission that there are things in our skies that our best military and scientific minds can't explain. Then, there's the Pentagon's UAP task force, established in 2020 with a mandate to investigate sightings of unexplained aerial vehicles by military personnel. So while they're not saying, hey, we've got aliens, they're certainly saying, hey, there's something weird in the sky and we don't know what it is. But this acknowledgement doesn't tell us what these unidentified objects are, where they come from, or who, or what is controlling them. But it's a step towards transparency that was unthinkable even a decade ago. Could it be possible that this is a slow, calculated strategy to prepare us for something bigger, to acclimate us to the reality of the unknown? Perhaps. But for now, we're left with more questions than answers. So, let's explore further. After all, the best is yet to come. But how long have governments been aware of this alien phenomenon? And when did contact supposedly occur? Let's delve into that. According to some researchers and theorists, contact with extraterrestrial life may have started much earlier than we think. Reports of sightings and encounters date back centuries, with many ancient civilizations attributing their advancements to the sky gods. But when we talk about modern times, things start to get a bit more concrete, albeit still largely speculative. Some theorists point to the events of 1947 in Roswell, New Mexico as a significant turning point. They claimed that a crash involving an extraterrestrial spacecraft occurred and that the US government recovered debris and even alien bodies. If this is true, then governments have been in contact with alien technology, and potentially aliens themselves, for over 7 decades. But perhaps more interestingly, some whistleblowers and researchers argue that direct purposeful contact has been established between humans and extraterrestrial beings. Former Canadian Minister of Defense Paul Hellyer publicly stated in 2005 that not only do UFOs exist, but that governments have been in direct contact with extraterrestrials for many years. He even goes so far as to say that at least 4 species of aliens have been visiting Earth for thousands of years. Similar claims have been made by others, suggesting that this contact has resulted in a wealth of shared technology and knowledge, much of which remains top secret. If these assertions are correct, then we are dealing with a global, multi-generational cover-up, with implications that would shake our society to its very core. But why would the government keep such world-altering information secret? Well, let's take a look at some potential reasons. Now, let's talk about possibilities. What are the potential technologies we could imagine extraterrestrial beings to have? And which of these might governments potentially have access to? For starters, let's consider the obvious: spacecraft technology. We're not just talking about sleek aerodynamic designs that defy gravity. These technologies could potentially involve manipulation of space-time itself. Ideas such as warp drives, teleportation devices, and wormhole generators are all part of this speculative discussion. If such technologies are within the grasp of extraterrestrial civilizations, it could explain the seemingly impossible maneuvers reported in many UFO sightings. Then there's energy technology. It's no secret that we're facing an energy crisis on Earth, but an advanced alien civilization may have already solved this issue. Technologies that allow for harnessing energy from stars, otherwise known as Dyson spheres or Dyson swarms, or even directly tapping into the fabric of space-time for limitless energy, are all within the realm of theoretical possibility. And what about medical technology? Some abductees claim to have been healed or altered by their alien captors. Could we see advanced medical equipment capable of rapidly healing injuries, curing diseases, or even halting the aging process? But perhaps most interesting is the possibility of communication and information technology that could provide access to an interstellar internet, connecting civilizations across the galaxy or even the universe. This could potentially give us access to a wealth of knowledge beyond anything we've ever imagined. Of course, these are all speculative. We're still waiting on solid proof. But if even one of these technologies is real and within our reach, it could entirely reshape our civilization. And here's where things get a little tricky. You might be wondering, if the government does have such revolutionary technology, why keep it hidden? There are a few theories, really. For starters, any new technology that offers a significant strategic advantage is likely to be kept secret, especially in the context of national security. If these technologies can be weaponized, it would be natural for governments to want to prevent them from falling into the wrong hands. Moreover, disclosure could lead to social, economic, and religious upheaval. Imagine the societal impact of realizing we're not alone in the universe, or the economic consequences of introducing free, limitless energy. We could be looking at a complete restructuring of power and wealth, something those currently in power might not be too keen on. Then there's the potential for panic. In 1938, a radio broadcast of H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds led to widespread fear among listeners who believed an actual alien invasion was underway. This incident has often been cited as an example of the mass hysteria that could result from the sudden revelation of extraterrestrial existence. Finally, consider that the governments might be suppressing the information not for our protection, but because they're being instructed to by the extraterrestrials themselves. Maybe the aliens don't believe we're ready for such revelations, or they might have their own reasons for wanting to stay in the shadows. All in all, these considerations paint a complex picture of the potential reasons for the suppression of alien technology. But remember, these are just theories. Until there is official disclosure, we can only speculate, conjecture, and ask ourselves, what if? So there you have it. Philip J. Corso's detailed assertions about back-engineering alien tech from Roswell and the intriguing timelines of government interactions with UFOs. Could it be that we've had access to interstellar technology for decades? And if so, what's been holding back the big reveal? Food for thought, isn't it? Have you ever wondered how we made such monumental leaps in technology in such a short span of time? From the silicon-based integrated circuit chips that drive our digital world to the Kevlar that protects lives daily, our technological prowess has soared. But what if I told you there might be more to it? What if some of our revolutionary inventions were not solely the result of human ingenuity, but were rather gifted to us by extraterrestrial entities? Let's explore this fascinating and controversial theory. It's hard to understate just how revolutionary the transistor was for modern technology. These tiny devices, which can amplify or switch electronic signals and electrical power, are everywhere. They are the building blocks of all our modern digital devices, from computers to smartphones, all the way to our most advanced supercomputers. In short, they have defined the digital age. The origins of the transistor, however, are the subject of some debate. Officially, the invention is attributed to three American physicists at Bell Labs, John Bardeen, Walter Brattain, and William Shockley, who shared the 1956 Nobel Prize in Physics for their invention. They certainly did the hard scientific work, painstakingly researching semiconductors and experimenting with germanium and silicon to eventually create the first point-contact transistor in 1947. However, those who propose that the transistor was reverse-engineered from alien technology point to a curious coincidence. The development and subsequent patenting of the transistor occurred shortly after the infamous Roswell incident in 1947, when a UFO is said to have crashed in New Mexico. The timing has led some to suggest that the rapid development of the transistor was spurred by reverse-engineering technology recovered from the crash. Supporters of this theory point out that the transistor represented a massive leap forward in technology, seemingly appearing out of nowhere. They argue that such a major advancement seems unlikely without some form of external input, in this case, extraterrestrial technology. Detractors, however, contend that the development of the transistor was a natural evolution of our understanding of physics and electronics, building upon years of prior research. The truth, as always, may lie somewhere in between. Whether spurred by human ingenuity, alien tech, or a combination of both, the transistor's impact on our world is undeniable. Another technological marvel that is often suggested to be a product of alien reverse engineering is Kevlar, a high-strength material best known for its use in bulletproof vests. Kevlar is 5 times stronger than steel, yet it's also lightweight, making it ideal for personal protective equipment, as well as a host of other industrial applications. The creation of Kevlar is officially attributed to Polish-American chemist Stephanie Kwolek, who was working for the DuPont company in the 1960s. Her work in liquid crystalline polymers led to the accidental discovery of Kevlar's incredible strength and durability. But what if there's more to this story? In the world of UFO lore, there are theories that suggest Kevlar's origins might not be as straightforward as they seem. Some posit that Kevlar's creation might have been guided, directly or indirectly, by access to alien technology. According to this theory, studying alien technology could have propelled our understanding of materials science forward, leading to the development of Kevlar. How might this have worked? Well, if we consider the supposed crash of a UFO near Roswell, New Mexico in 1947, it's suggested that the debris recovered was made of a material that was both incredibly light and nearly indestructible. Such characteristics are strikingly similar to Kevlar's. Could Kwolek's research have been influenced by insights gained from studying this wreckage? This doesn't stop enthusiasts from speculating, however, as it's a tantalizing idea to think that our modern technology might have otherworldly origins. After all, the gap between science fiction and science fact can sometimes be surprisingly narrow. Given the alleged secrecy surrounding reverse engineering alien technology, it's no surprise that identifying the exact locations where this process supposedly occurs is challenging. However, there are a few sites frequently mentioned by those who follow the trail of extraterrestrial tech. One name that almost always comes up in discussions of reverse engineering alien technology is Area 51. Located in the remote Nevada desert, Area 51 has been the subject of UFO and alien theories for decades. Bob Lazar, a physicist who claims to have worked at a sublocation of Area 51 known as S4, has stated that he worked on reverse engineering alien spacecraft there. If Lazar's accounts are accurate, Area 51 could very well be a hub for such clandestine operations. In addition to Area 51, there are mentions of other secretive military and research facilities in the US and around the world. Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio, for instance, is often associated with the Roswell incident. It's thought that wreckage from the crashed UFO was transported there for study. Overseas, Kapustin Yar, often referred to as Russia's Area 51, is rumored to have been involved in similar operations. Located in Astrakhan Oblast, near the Kazakhstan border, the military base has been shrouded in secrecy since its establishment by the Soviet Union in 1946. Then there's Pine Gap in Australia, a joint US-Australian satellite surveillance base. Some believe that Pine Gap may also be involved in reverse engineering extraterrestrial tech, based on its high level of secrecy and strategic importance to the US military. Bob Lazar, a figure synonymous with Area 51 and alien technology, once claimed to work at a site called S4, located a short distance south of the infamous Nevada base. But Lazar's job wasn't your run-of-the-mill government gig. As per his account, he was tasked with reverse engineering extraterrestrial technology. Lazar, a physicist by training, allegedly worked with a team to understand and potentially replicate the propulsion systems of 9 different spacecraft that he claimed were of extraterrestrial origin. He stated that these crafts employed a technology that harnessed gravity itself, using a substance Lazar referred to as Element 115, which was unknown to science at the time of his claims. Element 115, or Moscovium as it is now known, was officially recognized by the scientific community years later in 2003. However, it doesn't possess the properties that Lazar attributed to it, adding a layer of controversy to his claims. Within the labyrinth of the S4 facility, as Lazar described, were 9 hangar-like doors built into the side of a mountain, each one a storehouse for alien spacecraft. In one instance, Lazar recounted a moment where he was allowed to step inside one of these vehicles, dubbed the Sport Model. He described it as a seamless metallic object, both remarkable and eerie in its otherworldly simplicity. Lazar's claims are often met with skepticism, especially as no concrete evidence has been provided to back up his story. Government records of his education and employment were also seemingly non-existent, making it even harder for many to believe his tales. Yet, his detailed account continues to capture the imagination of those intrigued by the potential for human interaction with extraterrestrial technology. So, does S4 house the secrets of alien engineering, or is it merely the epicenter of a well-spun myth? As is often the case when dealing with stories of this nature, the truth remains elusive. Yet, the questions posed and the fascination stoked by these tales keep the discussion of alien technology alive and thriving. Philip J. Corso, a name that rings quite familiar in the realm of ufology and extraterrestrial encounters, claimed to have direct knowledge of the government's secretive endeavors into alien technology. His controversial book, The Day After Roswell, sent shockwaves through the scientific and ufological communities, becoming a cornerstone for those who believe in the conspiracy of government suppression of alien technology. According to Corso, a retired US Army colonel, he was directly involved in the research and development program that reverse-engineered alien technology retrieved from the infamous Roswell crash in 1947. He alleges that he was assigned to a Pentagon project under the command of Lieutenant General Arthur Trudeau, whose task was to filter Roswell technology into the mainstream through defense contractors without raising public awareness about the alien origins of the tech. Among the technologies Corso claimed to have worked on were integrated circuit chips, fiber optics, and lasers, technologies that have since revolutionized our lives in ways we couldn't imagine in the pre-Roswell era. He argued that these advances were not simply the result of human progress, but were significantly accelerated by the study of alien tech. Corso also claimed that night vision technology was developed through the reverse engineering of alien optical systems. He proposed that extraterrestrial entities had superior night vision, which humans tried to replicate by examining the biomechanics of retrieved alien eyes. Critics have challenged Corso's assertions due to the lack of documented proof and the convenient timing of his revelations, coming forth many decades after the purported events. But the startling specificity of his claims continues to ignite interest and debate. True or not, Corso's accounts continue to add fuel to the conversation surrounding the possibilities of reverse-engineered alien technology and its implications for our understanding of human technological development. And as always, thanks for watching. It's indeed intriguing to consider how our technological advancements could be intertwined with extraterrestrial phenomena. From alleged facilities like Area 51 and S4, to claims made by people like Bob Lazar and Philip J. Corso, the stories and theories around alien tech are never-ending. But regardless of whether these assertions hold any weight, they surely open up a world of imagination and curiosity, urging us to question, explore, and keep an open mind. So the next time you use your smartphone or see a bulletproof vest, just remember, it may not be all human ingenuity. Hey guys, I'm back, but what if I wasn't? What if instead I was an extraterrestrial being from a far-off galaxy? A concept that's not too far off for some conspiracy theorists who believe that our governments have been keeping secrets about alien landings. But how about something even more mind-boggling? Alien connections to the Great Pyramids. Well, let's dive in and explore these intriguing ideas. In our quest to comprehend the unknown, we often turn to our governments. After all, they must know something, right? From the late 1940s through the late 1960s, the US government's Project Blue Book compiled reports of over 12,000 sightings or encounters with unidentified flying objects. Although the project concluded in 1969, stating that most of the sightings involved conventional aircraft or natural phenomena, and that none posed a threat to national security, it didn't quell the public's fascination or skepticism, but there's more. In recent years, the US government has released a series of videos that show fast-moving objects captured by military aircraft. These videos, which the Department of Defense has explicitly referred to as containing unidentified aerial phenomena, have reignited public interest and speculation about the existence of extraterrestrial life and their potential visitations to our planet. Moreover, the CIA has declassified a large number of documents and files about UFOs, making them available online. This trove of information includes reports dating from the 1940s to the early 1990s. Though many of these reports are heavily redacted and offer no concrete evidence of extraterrestrial life, they do prove one thing. The government has spent considerable time and resources investigating these phenomena. So, yes, governments have leaked, declassified, or even directly released information concerning UFOs, or, as they now prefer to call them, unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP. Still, the question remains, are these genuine encounters with alien technology, or are they merely earthly phenomena we have yet to understand fully? As we venture deeper, keep this question in mind. And the Roswell incident, that's where things get particularly controversial, and conspiracy theories abound. In 1947, something fell from the sky near Roswell, New Mexico. The US military claimed it was a weather balloon, but many didn't buy this explanation. Even today, over 7 decades later, the incident sparks debates and conspiracy theories. At the time, a local rancher discovered unusual debris in his sheep pasture. Lightweight, but incredibly strong, pieces of what appeared to be metal and plastic. After the military swiftly collected and removed the material, rumors began circulating that it was not a weather balloon that had crashed, but an extraterrestrial spacecraft. The Roswell incident has since become a linchpin of UFO conspiracy theories, with allegations of a government cover-up. Documents have been declassified over time, but many questions remain, keeping Roswell firmly in the realm of the mysterious and the unexplained. And here's where things get even more peculiar. Some claim that not only was there a crashed spacecraft, but also recovered alien bodies. Reports suggest that autopsies were performed on these beings, offering insight into extraterrestrial physiology. However, these accounts have been largely dismissed by mainstream science and are often considered the stuff of science fiction. But then again, in a universe so vast, who's to say what's possible? After all, as I always like to ponder, we're just a tiny speck in the grand cosmic scale. The Roswell incident remains one of the most enduring and fascinating stories in the world of ufology. And while the truth of what really happened is still shrouded in secrecy and skepticism, the allure of the unknown continues to captivate us, fueling our curiosity and our imagination. Who knows what secrets the universe holds, or what might come crashing down from the sky next? And now let's take a massive leap, not just in location but also in time, from the deserts of New Mexico in the mid-20th century to the deserts of Egypt thousands of years ago. It's time to talk about the Great Pyramids of Giza and how they might be connected to aliens. These majestic structures, the last of the seven wonders of the ancient world, are truly awe-inspiring. The biggest of them all, the Great Pyramid of Khufu, consists of 2.3 million stone blocks, each weighing an average of 2.5 tons. What's even more staggering is that these pyramids were built with such precision that our current technology would struggle to match. The Great Pyramid, for example, is aligned to true north with an accuracy of 3/60 yards of a degree. How could the ancient Egyptians accomplish such a feat without the aid of modern technology or even the compass? This is where the alien theorists step in. Some propose that such advanced architectural and engineering skills could have come from extraterrestrial beings. They argue that aliens might have either directly built the pyramids or passed on the knowledge to the ancient Egyptians. Some even go as far as to suggest that the pyramids were used as a sort of energy generator or even a beacon for alien spacecraft. Many scientists and historians dismiss these theories, citing ample evidence of the techniques and tools used by the Egyptians, along with a gradual evolution of pyramid building skills over generations. But the alien theorists persist, asking questions like, why does the layout of the pyramids match the Orion's Belt constellation? And why are there similar pyramid structures in cultures around the world with no known contact with each other? While it's easy to dismiss these theories as fantastical, they do make us ponder the extraordinary capabilities of our ancestors and the mysteries that ancient structures like the pyramids continue to hold. Whether or not you believe in the alien connection, there's no denying that these questions add another layer of intrigue to the already captivating story of the pyramids. As we delve deeper, we continue to uncover more about our past and potentially about our place in the universe. Now, let's delve deeper into one of the most intriguing aspects of the Great Pyramids of Giza, their alignment. As I mentioned earlier, these pyramids are aligned with an uncanny level of precision. But did you know that they also mimic a specific pattern seen in the night sky? The three pyramids on the Giza Plateau, the Great Pyramid of Khufu, the Pyramid of Khafre, and the Pyramid of Menkaure, are laid out in a pattern that matches the three stars in the belt of the constellation Orion. This is what is known as the Orion correlation theory, first put forward by Belgian author Robert Bovell in the 1980s. Here's where it gets even more interesting. The theory suggests that not only do the pyramids mimic the Orion's belt, but they also do so as the constellation would have appeared in the sky in the year 10,500 BCE. This is a significant divergence from the accepted chronology, which places the construction of the pyramids at around 2,500 BCE. But why Orion? Well, in ancient Egyptian mythology, the god associated with the afterlife, Osiris, was represented in the sky by the constellation Orion. So it's theorized that the pyramids, specifically the Great Pyramid, were built to serve as a stargate for the pharaoh's soul to ascend to the afterlife and join with Osiris in the constellation Orion. Some proponents of the alien theory seize on this point, suggesting that the alignment and precision involved in this construction could only have been achieved with advanced, likely extraterrestrial knowledge and technology. They also point out that other ancient structures around the world, like the Teotihuacan in Mexico, also seem to align with celestial bodies, further fueling the notion of a worldwide ancient connection with extraterrestrial beings. As always, these theories are met with skepticism from mainstream scholars. They argue that the Egyptians had a deep understanding of astronomy and that the correlation with Orion could be coincidental or symbolic, rather than evidence of alien intervention. Still, the pyramid alignment theory, much like the pyramids themselves, stands as a fascinating testament to the enduring allure of these ancient marvels. Whether the product of human ingenuity or extraterrestrial influence, The precision and grandeur of the pyramids continue to captivate us, prompting us to question, to probe, and to wonder about the incredible story of human civilization. As we explore the various theories surrounding the pyramids and their potential extraterrestrial connections, it's essential to examine how governments, particularly the Egyptian government, have responded to these claims. The Egyptian government has long maintained that the pyramids were constructed by ancient Egyptians using conventional methods, with no influence or assistance from extraterrestrial beings. They argue that while the construction techniques employed may seem advanced or mysterious, they are in line with the level of knowledge and skill possessed by ancient Egyptians. In response to theories about extraterrestrial involvement, officials have consistently cited the work of renowned Egyptologists and archaeologists who have spent years studying the pyramids and their construction. These experts have offered explanations for the alignment, measurements, and precise engineering of the pyramids, suggesting that human ingenuity and innovation were solely responsible. Some governments have also taken steps to counter conspiracy theories about alien connections to the pyramids. For instance, they have cooperated with international research teams and supported scientific studies that examine the construction methods and materials used in building the pyramids. By facilitating such research, they aim to provide evidence that supports the mainstream view that the pyramids are the product of human craftsmanship rather than extraterrestrial intervention. In recent years, the Egyptian government has also made efforts to promote transparency and inclusivity in the study of their ancient heritage. They have invited experts from around the world to participate in ongoing archaeological projects and have welcomed new technologies and methods that can help shed light on the pyramid's construction. Despite these efforts, the allure of the alien theory persists, and a variety of alternative explanations continue to circulate. While the government's response has been to promote scientific research and uphold the achievements of their ancient civilization, the enduring fascination with the possibility of extraterrestrial involvement in the construction of the pyramids is a testament to the deep sense of wonder and curiosity that these ancient marvels continue to inspire. Theories of government cover-ups and alien landings, the mysterious origins of the pyramids. These stories provide a fascinating look into our collective fascination with the unknown. They challenge our understanding of history and our place in the universe. And while these theories may lack definitive proof, they certainly provide food for thought. So the next time you look up at the stars or marvel at the pyramids, ask yourself, what if there's more to the story? The skies above us have been a source of wonder and mystery since time immemorial. And within that cosmic expanse, there have been sightings, incidents, phenomena that don't fit neatly into our understanding of the world. Incidents that suggest we might not be alone. UFO crashes. They're a staple of science fiction and the fodder of conspiracy theories. But what happens when these crashes are reported in real life? Are they hoaxes, misinterpretations, or could they be genuine encounters with extraterrestrial technology? Today we'll take a journey through some of the most notable purported UFO crash incidents and the intriguing theories surrounding them. Our journey begins in the summer of 1947, in the quiet town of Roswell, New Mexico. The nearby desert landscape was disrupted when an unidentified flying object crashed into the barren soil. What unfolded after is a narrative of intrigue that continues to fuel discussions to this day. Rancher W.W. Mac Brazel discovered the wreckage, which was unlike anything he had ever seen. It was made of a thin, lightweight material that Brazel described as a sort of metal foil. He could crumple it and it would unfold itself, retaining its original shape. The local military base, Roswell Army Airfield, initially reported the recovery of a flying disc, only to retract the statement a day later, claiming it was a simple weather balloon that had crashed. But this quick change in narrative sparked curiosity and suspicion. Could it have been a cover-up? Several witnesses later came forward decades after the incident. They claimed they saw not only the wreckage of a disc-shaped craft, but also the bodies of its otherworldly occupants. Jesse Marcel, the intelligence officer who first investigated and recovered some of the wreckage, later openly disputed the weather balloon explanation. He claimed the materials he found were not of this world. The Roswell incident is perhaps the most famous and thoroughly investigated UFO crash in history. It has become the cornerstone of UFO conspiracy theories and has inspired countless books, movies, and TV shows. But despite all the interest and investigation, the question remains: what really happened in Roswell in the summer of 1947? The truth, as they say, may still be out there. Next, let's travel to Kecksburg, Pennsylvania. On the evening of December 9, 1965, a fireball was reported by thousands in at least 6 US states and Ontario, Canada. It streaked over the Detroit, Michigan, Windsor, Canada area, reportedly dropped hot metal debris over Michigan and northern Ohio, and caused sonic booms in western Pennsylvania. It was generally assumed and reported by the press to be a meteor. However, inhabitants of Kecksburg had a different story to tell. Eyewitnesses in the small village described something crashing in the woods, a large, brilliant fireball in the sky. But this was no ordinary meteor. Residents reported a strange acorn-shaped object about the size of a small car. The strange object was adorned with mysterious hieroglyphic-like characters etched into its metallic surface. The military was on the scene quickly, cordoning off the area and removing the object on a flatbed truck under the cover of darkness. Officially, they later reported they found absolutely nothing in the woods. But this quick response and the subsequent secrecy only fueled the rumors of a government cover-up. In the following years, numerous theories have surfaced about the Kecksburg incident. Some suggest it was a crashed Soviet satellite, others claim it was an extraterrestrial spacecraft, and some even believe it was an experimental Nazi de-Glocker device from WW2, somehow displaced in time. While no definitive conclusion has been reached, the Kecksburg incident continues to intrigue ufologists and conspiracy theorists alike. The truth behind this event remains as elusive as the object itself, a mystery concealed within the shadows of the unknown. The Shag Harbor incident, which took place on October 4, 1967 in Nova Scotia, Canada, is another notable UFO crash that has puzzled investigators for decades. This particular incident stands out due to its multiple credible witnesses and an official government acknowledgement that something unexplained indeed happened. On that fateful night, residents reported seeing a sequence of flashing lights in the sky, which were moving in a downward trajectory. These lights eventually hit the water's surface and appeared to float, prompting some witnesses to believe they were seeing a tragic airplane crash. Local authorities were quickly alerted, and a rescue mission was launched under the assumption that an aircraft had crashed into the sea. But when boats arrived at the scene, there was no wreckage, no bodies, and no survivors. Instead, they found a long, yellow foam on the water, a sign that something unusual had occurred. The Canadian military became involved, and an underwater search was initiated. Still, no aircraft wreckage was found, and the case was handed off to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police and the Canadian Coast Guard. They classified it as a UFO report, the only unsolved case in Canada officially classified as a UFO. Over the years, the Shag Harbor incident has provoked numerous theories. Some believe it was a secret military operation, while others propose it was an extraterrestrial craft. Some witnesses even reported seeing a second craft in the sky, seemingly looking for the first one. Despite extensive investigations, including by civilian UFO groups, the true nature of the Shag Harbor incident remains a mystery. It's an enigma that continues to fuel speculation and interest, keeping the incident very much alive in the annals of UFO history. If we're exploring UFO crash incidents, we mustn't overlook the Berwyn Mountain incident in Wales in 1974. This event involves an alleged crash of an unidentified flying object in the Berwyn Mountains. The mystery deepens with the claim of a subsequent military cover-up, which has fueled a lot of speculation over the years. On the night of January 23, 1974, residents in the nearby village of Llandrillo reported a loud explosion and earth tremors. The local community was understandably alarmed, believing they had experienced an earthquake. Many also reported seeing strange lights in the sky moving towards the mountain range. The initial official explanation was that the tremors were caused by an earthquake measuring 3.5 on the Richter scale. However, locals were convinced that the tremors were caused by something crashing into the mountains. This belief was fueled by reports of a significant military presence in the area in the days following the event, leading many to believe that something was being covered up. Over the years, the theories around the Berwyn Mountain incident have ranged from crashed UFOs to secretive military operations. Some believe that an extraterrestrial craft crashed and that the military quickly moved in to retrieve the wreckage and any possible occupants. Others propose that the event was a result of a secretive military experiment gone wrong. Despite numerous requests for information, the UK government has released very little documentation about the incident. This lack of information has only added to the intrigue surrounding the event. Even today, the Berwyn Mountain incident is a focal point for UFO enthusiasts and conspiracy theorists alike, making it one of the most enduring UFO mysteries in the UK. Let's move our focus to the other side of the globe, to a place called Dalnogorsk in the Soviet Union. In the chilly winter evening of January 29, 1986, locals reported a strange reddish sphere flying towards a hill known as Height 611. The object supposedly crashed into the hill, sparking a fire that lasted for hours. The Height 611 incident is unique because of the immediate and extensive research conducted by Soviet scientists in the aftermath. A team led by Dr. Valery Dvuzhilny from the Far Eastern Academy of Sciences gathered samples from the crash site just 2 days later. What they found was peculiar. The site was littered with tiny rock-like particles, metallic in nature, and also unusual black glassy beads. Analysis of these beads revealed them to be almost entirely composed of lead and iron silicate, but it was the way these elements were combined that was unusual. They were structured in a way not typical for naturally occurring minerals or human-made materials. This led the researchers to believe that the object was likely not of earthly origin. Additionally, the trees around the crash site were also affected. They appeared to have been exposed to high heat levels, causing burn damage, but strangely, there was no evidence of a conventional explosion. This further added to the mystery. Despite thorough investigations, what crashed into Height 611 remains a mystery. The unusual nature of the debris and the lack of conventional explanations have led many to believe that this was indeed a UFO crash. Yet, like most UFO incidents, official explanations are scarce and typically dismissive of the extraterrestrial hypothesis. Nevertheless, for many, the Height 611 incident remains a strong piece of evidence in support of the existence of UFOs. How about we step into the time machine and head to the late 19th century, specifically April 17, 1897, in the small town of Aurora, Texas. The event in question predates the Roswell incident by a good half-century, and it's one of the earliest reported UFO crashes. According to local newspaper reports from the time, an airship was seen by several witnesses as it swerved over the town square, then crashed into a windmill on the property of a Judge J.S. Proctor. The explosion that followed destroyed the windmill and the water tank and scattered debris across several acres of ground. But here's where it gets truly bizarre. The townsfolk allegedly discovered a badly disfigured body, which they assumed was the ship's pilot. The body, described as not an inhabitant of this world, was buried with Christian rites in the local cemetery. Reports claimed that the wreckage from the crash site had strange hieroglyphic-like symbols. In the 1970s, the case was re-investigated by UFO researchers. They claimed to locate the grave and even applied to exhume the site, but the request was denied. Metal fragments were found in the area which were claimed to be remnants of the UFO, but the results of the analysis were inconclusive. The Aurora case is often dismissed as a hoax, primarily because the town was suffering from a severe economic downturn, and some suggest that the story was concocted to revive interest in the area. But without definitive proof, it remains an intriguing piece of UFO history that continues to fuel speculation about early extraterrestrial visits to Earth. We've journeyed through a landscape of mystery and speculation, diving into numerous accounts of supposed UFO crashes. From Roswell to the Berwyn Mountains, these incidents have spurred countless theories, debates, and investigations. While it's easy to dismiss these stories as mere fabrications or misunderstandings, they do serve a crucial role in fueling our curiosity about what lies beyond our planet. They remind us that the universe is vast, and there's so much we don't yet understand. Could we be visited by beings from another world? Have we already been? The answers are still out there, waiting in the vast expanse of the cosmos. Until next time, remember to keep looking up and questioning everything. Pine Gap, situated in the remote desert of central Australia near Alice Springs, is an installation shrouded in intrigue. Officially known as the Joint Defence Facility Pine Gap, it is primarily used for satellite surveillance and operates as a collaboration between the Australian and United States governments. The facility's central function involves the collection of a wide array of signals intelligence, SIGINT, and providing early warning of ballistic missile launches. Established during the Cold War in 1970, Pine Gap has grown to become one of the most critical intelligence facilities globally. It's home to a large number of radomes, which protect the sensitive satellite dishes from environmental elements and disguise their direction and purpose. The facility is strategically significant due to its location, which allows for the monitoring of a large portion of the Eastern Hemisphere. The secrecy surrounding Pine Gap has fueled numerous theories about its true purpose. Some speculate it is involved in global surveillance as part of the Echelon network, and others suggest it plays a role in drone strikes. The base's operations are so classified that even the highest-ranking Australian politicians have limited knowledge of what goes on inside. Moreover, Pine Gap's role in international espionage and surveillance has made it a focal point for protests and criticism, particularly from anti-war activists and those concerned about privacy and the extent of international surveillance by governments. The Jiangsu National Security Education Museum, located in Nanjing, China, is a unique and highly restricted institution. Opened in 2009, it is dedicated to the history of Chinese intelligence and espionage. What makes this museum particularly intriguing is that it's closed to foreign visitors, a policy that's rare for a museum and heightens its air of secrecy. The museum's exhibits reportedly include a wide array of spy gadgets and tools used by Chinese intelligence over the years. These include items like cipher machines, concealed weapons, and surveillance equipment. The museum also documents stories of espionage involving China, highlighting the skills and tactics of Chinese spies. One of the most interesting aspects of the museum is its educational role in promoting patriotism and intelligence awareness among Chinese citizens. It offers insight into the techniques used in modern espionage and the importance of state secrets. The exclusion of foreigners is explained as a measure to protect sensitive information, though this policy has led to speculation about what is inside its walls. The Jiangsu National Security Education Museum stands as a testament to the world of espionage and intelligence. It underscores the importance of these practices in national security, while also maintaining a veil of secrecy about China's own intelligence practices and capabilities. For those interested in the art of spying and the history of intelligence, this museum, albeit off-limits to many, represents a fascinating and secretive piece of global espionage history. Delving into the depths beneath Russia's bustling capital city, Moscow, lies a subject of intense intrigue and speculation: the Metro 2. Alleged to be a secret underground metro system, Metro 2 is said to run parallel to the public Moscow Metro. The existence of this clandestine network, also known by the codename D6, is shrouded in mystery and closely intertwined with the Soviet-era's secrecy. According to various sources, including reported testimonies from former Soviet officials, Metro 2 was constructed during Stalin's reign. It was intended as an emergency escape route for Soviet leaders and as a strategic military transport line connecting key government and administrative buildings like the Kremlin, the Federal Security Service, FSB headquarters, and various military installations. The scope and scale of Metro 2, as described by those who claim to have seen it, are astonishing. It is said to be deeper and more extensive than the public metro, with some estimates suggesting it lies 200 meters underground. The system is believed to include multiple lines, fully equipped living quarters, and command and control centers that could serve as a bunker in the event of a nuclear war. Despite these fascinating details, the Russian government has neither confirmed nor denied the existence of Metro 2, and tangible evidence of this subterranean system remains elusive. If real, Metro 2 exemplifies the lengths to which governments go in preparing for worst-case scenarios and maintaining continuity during crises. Located in the Nevada desert, Area 51 has become synonymous with UFOs and alien conspiracy theories. This highly classified U.S. Air Force facility, also known as Groom Lake or Homey Airport, has been the epicenter of extraterrestrial speculation for decades. The U.S. government's long-standing refusal to acknowledge its existence, only officially doing so in 2013, has only fueled public curiosity and conspiracy theories. Area 51's history is rooted in aviation and weapons testing. It was originally established as a testing site for the U-2 spy plane during the Cold War. However, its remote location and top-secret status made it a fertile ground for UFO and alien folklore. The facility gained significant public attention in the late 1980s when Bob Lazar, a self-proclaimed physicist, claimed he worked at Area 51 reverse engineering alien spacecraft. Although Lazar's claims have been widely discredited, they have had a lasting impact on the site's mythology. The theories about Area 51 range from the storage and examination of crashed alien spacecraft, including materials from Roswell, to meetings and collaborations with extraterrestrials. The so-called Area 51 raid event, sparked as a joke on social media in 2019, brought the site back into the public eye, with millions expressing interest in storming the base to see them aliens. Despite the wild speculation, experts suggest that Area 51 continues to serve as a testing ground for advanced military technology. The secrecy surrounding the facility is likely more about protecting sensitive military and intelligence activities rather than hiding extraterrestrial secrets. Nonetheless, Area 51 remains a potent symbol of the unknown and a central piece of UFO folklore, captivating imaginations worldwide. Nestled beneath the elegant Greenbrier Resort in West Virginia lies a secret that was kept hidden for over 3 decades. This secret is a massive underground bunker designed during the Cold War to serve as a refuge for the United States Congress in case of a nuclear attack. Constructed in the late 1950s and completed in 1961, the bunker was a feat of engineering and secrecy, maintaining its cover as a top-secret government facility until it was exposed by a journalist in 1992. The bunker, codenamed Project Greek Island, was equipped to accommodate the members of Congress and their staff for up to 60 days in the event of a nuclear fallout. Spanning over 112,000 square feet, it featured decontamination chambers, a power plant, water purification systems, a clinic with operating rooms, dormitories, a cafeteria, and even a chamber designed to replicate the House of Representatives and Senate floors. The facility was maintained in a constant state of readiness by government employees working undercover as hotel audiovisual technicians. What makes the Greenbrier bunker particularly fascinating is how it was hidden in plain sight. The resort guests were unaware of its existence, as it was cleverly concealed beneath the West Virginia wing of the hotel. After its decommissioning, the bunker has been repurposed as a data storage facility and is now open for tours, allowing visitors to glimpse into a once top-secret aspect of America's Cold War history. Plunging to depths of over 36,000 feet, the Mariana Trench is the deepest known point in Earth's oceans. Located in the western Pacific Ocean, this mysterious underwater canyon is deeper than Mount Everest is tall. Its deepest point, known as the Challenger Deep, is a realm of crushing pressure, pitch darkness, and extreme cold, making it one of the most inhospitable places on the planet. Exploration of the Mariana Trench has been limited due to the extreme conditions. Only a handful of manned and unmanned missions have successfully reached its depths. The first successful manned descent was made by Jacques Piccard and Don Walsh in the bathyscaphe Trieste in 1960. More recently, film director James Cameron made a solo dive in 2012 in the deep-sea Challenger submersible. The trench is a unique ecological hotspot, home to an array of bizarre and uniquely adapted species. These include giant amoebas, bioluminescent organisms, and otherworldly creatures like the snailfish, which have evolved to withstand the immense pressure. The trench also plays a crucial role in Earth's carbon cycle, with organic matter from the surface sinking to its depths, where it is consumed by bacteria. The Mariana Trench remains a focus for scientific research, offering insights into the limits of life on Earth and the processes governing deep-sea ecosystems. Each expedition brings new discoveries, shedding light on this dark, mysterious, and largely unexplored frontier of our planet. The Mount Weather Emergency Operations Center, located in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, is a facility that has piqued the public's curiosity and concern since its existence became widely known in the 1970s. This extensive complex, spanning over 564 acres, serves as a major relocation site for U.S. government and military officials in case of a national disaster or nuclear war. Its primary role is to ensure the continuity of government operations under the most extreme conditions. Constructed in the late 1950s, Mount Weather is designed to be self-sufficient in emergencies. The facility includes an independent power supply, a water treatment plant, a hospital, dining and living accommodations, and even its own fire and police department. The centerpiece of the complex is the underground bunker, which is said to be capable of withstanding a nuclear blast. The bunker is equipped with state-of-the-art communication systems, allowing it to function as a command center. Mount Weather is also home to the National Emergency Coordination Center, operated by the Federal Emergency Management Agency. In times of national crises such as the September 11th attacks, key government personnel are evacuated to Mount Weather to continue essential functions. The secrecy surrounding Mount Weather, combined with its critical role in national security, has led to various conspiracy theories and speculations about its capabilities and operations. However, the US government maintains that the facility's primary purpose is to ensure the stability and continuity of government in the face of major disasters. Throughout history, the trajectory of human technological advancement has been somewhat linear. Societies grow. Cultures build upon the knowledge of their predecessors, and over time, new inventions and methodologies are birthed. This steady march of progress has been charted by historians, sociologists, and scientists alike. But every once in a while, there's a hiccup in the timeline. A sudden, almost inexplicable burst of progress. Consider the rapid development of the integrated circuit or microchip. In the span of a few decades, we went from room-sized computers with the computing power of a modern calculator to pocket-sized devices that could access vast swathes of human knowledge. These leaps are fascinating, not only because of the technological marvels they produce, but because they often don't align with the expected progression. Now, to add a sprinkle of cosmic wonder to the mix, let's indulge in the speculative. What if some of these rapid advancements didn't have their origins in human thought? What if, hidden among our countless innovations, some were inspired, tweaked, or even directly acquired from extraterrestrial sources? It's an alluring thought, especially when we consider the pace at which some of these technologies have emerged and the transformative impact they've had on society. One might argue that human collaboration, the globalization of information and cumulative innovation could explain these jumps, and they'd be right for the most part. But isn't there a sliver of wonder, a tiny what if that might suggest otherwise? After all, in the vast expanse of the universe, with its billion of stars and potentially even more planets, could it be possible that we've had a little nudge along the way? Even if this speculation remains firmly in the realm of fiction, the very act of questioning, of wondering, propels us forward. It challenges us to look beyond the familiar horizon and entertain the infinite possibilities that lie beyond. And whether those possibilities are of our making or inspired by something or someone beyond the stars, remains one of the greatest mysteries of our time. Human history is punctuated with moments of technological marvels that seem, at first glance, to come out of nowhere. These sudden advances, which defy linear progression, often raise eyebrows and fuel theories about extraterrestrial influences. One particularly enticing area of investigation is the realm of advanced propulsion systems and the anomalous technologies that accompany them. Let's start with the basics. Propulsion. Our understanding of propulsion has, for the longest time, been based on Newton's third law. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. This is the principle that governs everything from the combustion engines in our cars to the colossal rocket engines that send astronauts into space. But in the last few decades, there have been whispers and leaked reports of propulsion systems that don't adhere to this conventional wisdom. The idea of reactionless drives, or propulsion systems that function without emitting any tangible exhaust, has been a subject of both ridicule and intrigue in the scientific community. Now, on to the anomalies. Over the years, there have been multiple reports, some more credible than others, about materials and technologies that seem to defy the laws of physics. Memory metals, substances that revert to a predefined shape irrespective of how they've been manipulated, are one such example. These materials, light, flexible, and incredibly resilient, don't align neatly with our current understanding of metallurgy or material science. Then there's the topic of energy sources. Contemporary human technology is primarily powered by electricity, derived from various sources like fossil fuels, nuclear power, and renewables. However, there have been persistent rumors about devices often linked to unidentified aerial phenomena, powered by energy sources unknown to modern science. These energy sources, Seemingly compact, incredibly efficient, and with emissions profiles that are negligible, are a dream for current technological applications. If there's any truth to the speculations, the implications of such an energy source would be revolutionary. Piecing it all together, one could argue that these tech anomalies and whispers of advanced propulsion systems point to a potential outside influence, perhaps extraterrestrial in nature. But without concrete evidence, these remain in the realm of speculation and conjecture. The search for answers continues, but in the meantime, these mysteries offer a tantalizing glimpse into what might be possible, urging us to push the boundaries of our understanding and reach for the stars, both metaphorically and literally. And as always, thanks for watching.